I love me Jeremy Renner. I love Jeremy Renner. I think he's great in everything he does, whether it's The Town, whether it's Hurt Locker, whether he's Hawkeye, whether he's in, man, that Tag movie he did. I thought he was wonderful in that. I really enjoyed that.
Good.
I enjoyed him in that. Now, obviously, it was a year ago, that a little over a year ago now, that we all got like some really disturbing news that Jeremy Renner was involved in a horrific accident that left him some people wondering if he was going to make it. Well, he's back. Then we were wondering, will Mayor of Kingstown still continue? It is. We got a new season of Mayor of Kingstown coming, and he's committed to that. But what about Hawkeye? I mean, a lot of us have wondered whether he would be Hawkeye just at the end of the Hawkeye series, which was, again, nothing but another passing the torch show. But will Hawkeye be back? Well, according to Jeremy Renner, I expect him to say something like, you know what, I had a lot of years playing that character. I'm looking forward to new challenges or whatever. But that's not what Jeremy Renner's saying. He's saying he's ready to pick up the bow and arrow again. This comes from the folks at the Hollywood Reporter who said this. Jeremy Renner is opening up about whether he's down to reprise his role as Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He spoke to Entertainment Tonight recently, more than a year after his near-fatal snowplow accident on January 1st, 2023, about potentially returning to the Avengers franchise. He said the following. I'm always game, Renner said. I'm going to be strong enough, that's for sure. I'll be ready. The Mayor of Kingstown actor who broke 30 bones after being run over by a 14,300-pound snowcat at his home in Reno, Nevada. Whew. And he survived that. You are already a boss.
He's an Avenger for sure.
It's like, yeah, I got run over by a snowplow. I mean, yeah, that's Avengers level stuff right there, right? All right. Now, this is not like the Paul Bettany comment where Paul Bettany, when asked, are you returning? And he said 100% yes. This is not that. This is him saying, hey, listen, I'm strong enough. I'm game. I'm down. I'm ready to go. Right? It doesn't sound like something he would say unless he kind of had some kind of an idea about whether we might not see him come back. Listen, I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe 100% needs Jeremy Renner. And I'll tell you why. Now, some of you who've been watching my show for any period of time, some of you might be saying, well, John, wait a minute. Have you already said that we didn't really need a standalone Hawkeye show and a standalone Hawkeye movie? Why are you saying that the MCU absolutely needs Jeremy Renner? Well, because it's something I said a little bit earlier in the show. Good and great secondary characters will be the difference between a decent show and a great show. Fantastic secondary characters will be the difference between a good movie and a legendary movie. I think characters like Black Widow and like Hawkeye have kind of given a lot of the DNA to the Marvel Cinematic Universe without ever having to have a show or a movie named after them. Obviously, we do now. We have the Black Widow movie. We have the Hawkeye series. But I just think he's such a part of the heartbeat of the MCU. And why do I think it's absolutely essential for him to come back now? Because so little of the MCU now is recognizable. With them going on a spending spree recently of just, let's kick out this new character and this new character and this new character. And by the way, a good, healthy film franchise should always maintain a good set of the veterans while bringing in new blood here and there and always have a nice, like a good basketball team, right? Mm-hmm. Got to have a good mix of the young bloods and the vets on the court at the same time. There is very little of the MCU with Chris Evans gone. He'll be back. With Robert Downey Jr. gone. He'll be back at some point. With Scarlett Johansson gone. Like, with all this happening, and Chris Hemsworth, Thor's not gone, but he's saying he's stepping back for a while. He's going to be taking a break. There is so little that is even recognizable about the MCU anymore that I think having a Jeremy Renner as a Hawkeye is vitally important. Secondly, I was talking a little bit earlier in the Vision things that one of the problems of the MCU is that it seems like every character they bring in, they have to make them more powerful than the last character. Every character has now the power of 1,000,000 blazing black holes, right? It's a good name for an adult film, by the way. I call dibs on that one. So, but I think having a character like Hawkeye, who is not have the strength of 1,000 burning suns, I think that's important. Now, yeah, we've got the street level stuff with Daredevil and everything coming in too, but I think having a veteran character in this thing like a Hawkeye becomes that much more important. Hell, I don't know, maybe he kind of becomes the new Nick Fury of the MCU universe. I think he'd be kind of perfect for that. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. On average, it takes about 30 days for a person to break their New Year's resolution. So if saving money was on your 2024 list, your odds aren't looking that great. Luckily, I have a 100% guaranteed way to save you money this year. Just switch to Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for $15 a month. I've told you guys many times that after switching to Mint Mobile, I am spending less than a third on my cell bill than I used to with a major carrier. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All Mint plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And don't worry about having to change phones or numbers. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. So guys, to get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. But anyway, Rob, I know he did not just make a definitive statement that 100% 2025 Hawkeye returns, but he's saying, I'm ready to go. I'm strong enough. I'm up for it. Let's go. I think the MCU needs him for multiple reasons. I don't know. What did you think about his comments? And do you think we'll see him return?
Well, 100%. I think you're absolutely right on both counts. I mean, if nothing else, if it's hard for him to be mobile the way Hawkeye has been in the past, make him a statistician. Make him the head of the team. You know, Hawkeye's. I mean, he comes from Shield. He'd worked with Nick Fury and Natasha. They know each other. He's been a field operative for a lot longer than any of the Avengers were. And for being a general, you know, calling the shots, I could see Jeremy Renner has that gravitas. You know, he brings with him his Hurt Locker persona as well, and things from like the town. We're gonna go hurt some people. Well, I need to borrow your car. You know, whatever. That's just, Jeremy Renner's that guy. You know, get my keys or whatever he says.
You know what I like about him playing Hawkeye is his mannerisms. There's always a sense of confidence. Like, but he's really funny too, and he'll do it straight face. Like, if you saw him and like Steve Rogers like having a conversation without knowing anything about him, you would think Hawkeye was the strongest, like the strongest hero, like between them. Just by the way he talks, the way he has those quick comebacks. I like.
He's very confident.
Yeah, he's very and he also knows where he's at. Like,
wait, now, I don't mean to cross the streams here, but I think there's a role here. I think there's a Batman-like role for Hawkeye. And what I mean by a Batman-like role was kind of the same thing like when Stephen Amell was playing Arrow. He was kind of the Batman of that universe. Like, he's the one guy there who has no powers, but everybody else in that universe was, you don't mess with him. Kind of like Batman's the one guy in the Justice League thing. He got no powers. Who's the one guy everybody in the Justice League knows you don't mess with? Batman. I almost think it would be kind of cool if he could kind of play that role too.
Also, psychologically, they haven't delved far into this, but during the snap, he watched his family disintegrate before his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
He turns around, they're gone, and he went on a tear when he lost his soul and was just murdering the criminal underworld around the world. I mean, he was killing many, many people, and that, you know, now he's got his, what's it like to have lost everything for half a decade, and then suddenly it's returned to you, and yet you still lost Natasha. So he's not only battle hardened, but he's had to deal with a lot emotionally, and that can be something they could lean into, and that's probably, in terms of being a leader, forged him to understanding things a lot of other people don't.
And it was nice seeing him in Echo, for sure. Just seeing his little part in Echo. It's just good to see him.
Well, I can't remember. Did we actually see him in Echo there, or did we see his masked character?
No.
I can't remember.
He took off his mask.
Did he?
And he said something to her. Like he told her like to leave or something like that.
That's how non-memorable the Echo show is to me. That I can't even remember him being there and taking his mask off. I'm trying to find this one thing, although I'm having a problem with it. I saw somebody in live chat mention, I think Jeremy Renner and John look a little bit alike. Well, of course, I posted this picture before, jokingly. See if you can bring it up, Jonathan. But so yeah, that's very few people know that I was up for that. This was at the auditions for Hawkeye. I came in second to Jeremy Renner.
Second?
You could be brothers.
It's kind of like Chris Farley going for the Chippendale spot against Patrick Swayze. But yeah, so there. Yeah, we do. He looks like he could be my big brother. I get that. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.